Hi Mabel, how are you?
Bula, welcome to our home.
Hello. So I've heard a lot about your garden, and I was wondering if I could go on a tour and see everything.
Sure. I have a small garden. Don't have much space. Most of my garden, the plants are in pots.
Yes.
And the pots that people throw away, the cups.
Yeah.
I use it to grow all those cactus, and it's a mother-in-law's tongue, they call it.
Oh.
It's nice and sharp.
It's sharp and it's quite long, so that's going to say something.
Today we'll be meeting Mabel Tafunai from Matavoli Nandi and Jacqueline Ferguson from Sambeto, two backyard garden queens who lost their decades-long jobs as senior Fiji Airways flight attendants and who were also participants of the Telewoman workshop conducted by Bula Agro in Nandi.
There's an opportunity everywhere you look. There's opportunity out in your gardens, in your homes. We'll look around you. Make use of everything that you have in your home.
Let's hear about their success story and my failure as a chicken whisperer.
Sure, it's a new voice. My.
My name is Mabel. I'm originally from Taviuni, but I now reside in Matavoli Nandi. And I'm a mom, a wife, and a grandma also. And I'm 52 years old. And I'd like to just say welcome to my home.
Today we'll be taking a tour of Mabel's thrifty home garden. She was kind enough to let us in on some of her tricks of the trade and share her knowledge on how she utilized her training from the Telewoman program at Bula Agro.
The training from Mr. Sant has helped me a lot, and the plants have really improved the quality of the plant, and it sure grows. Before it was just a hit and miss.
All right. And now it sure grows.
Yes. There's herbs too. There's a sage in there.
Oh, this is lovely.
Actually, I flew with Fiji Airways for the past 31 years as a purser, and I used to fly 40,000 feet above the ground sea level, and I used to be in awe of God's creation, about flying above the clouds and looking outside. But that was for 31 years. So now I'm on the ground. I'm still in awe of God's creation, and every day I'm gardening in the garden and seeing how God's created everything also with the plants. You just put it in the ground and it grows. It amazes me every day.
Mabel is using her newfound knowledge to make her homegrown garden plants stand out from the crowd for her Vot City flea market stall in Nandi.
I participated in the soil preparation program that I was invited to at Bula Agro at Mr. San's farm. I was surprised that I never knew that you could cook the soil. He taught us towards the end that you have to cook it, and like in an open fire in a drum, and it kills all the pathogens, and the plant that you plant will surely grow, because no grass will grow with it.
Tracing back to 2 episodes ago, where we learned how to sterilize our soil at Bula Agro, Mr. Sant actually showed us another method of cooking our soil. If you missed that episode and wish to learn more about Method 1, head to our Facebook page and YouTube channel to catch up. In the meantime, here's a quick tip on how you could sterilize your soil by other means.
See?
So you just...
If you can't afford it, that way, so what you do is, where you can get the soil somehow, in a concrete floor or in a drum or in a tin, you put it there and just open fire, burn it, eh? Then when it's cooled down, you mix the ash and everything, and you... What else, what you do is get a garbage bag, So you get a garbage bag and you get your potting media, you feed it in there and leave it out in the sun. That might take about a week. Solar black absorb the heat and all that, eh?
Yeah.
So it's not only, this is the only way, and some people doing commercially, they get the gas and the stainless boilers and things like that, big scale, eh? I've seen a company in Australia using concrete mixtures, you know, the big one, they deliver. So he set it up and it's rolling and heat going in there and sterilizing, you know, big scale, eh? So it's what you want and how much you want and all that sort of thing, eh?
Actually, I always gardened a long time ago, but I was not doing it right with the soil mixtures and how to add manure and which manures to use that's safe for the plants. So at the program at Mr. San's farm, I learned of all the proper things to do, how much soil to mix, the sand, the manure, and also on how to pot the plants, that which ways are better to use. And the plants will always, there's always a chance that the plants will grow. If you look around, I do not have much space, but Bula Agro has taught me to use things that people throw out, like the empty cups, and just put it around your yard and make a garden, and it has really helped me. And my plants are really thriving from the teaching that I've learned from Mr. Sant.
This is amazing. Mabel, wow.
Actually,
oh my
there's
gosh.
more than I think 300 pots in my garden.
Yeah.
Because I don't normally put it on the soil. I just put it in pots.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can see that you really, I mean, you said that the space is small, but I
Yes.
can see you've really utilized each and every corner. And then I see there's this beautiful little decking area. Do you have your afternoon tea here?
Yeah, I do. And actually, my husband uses it for his grog with his friends and his mates after a hard day's work.
Yeah.
And yes, and those they call it Spanish moss, the old man's beard.
The old man's beard.
Yeah, I put it on a piece of malambala and we sell it at the markets. And yeah, it grows. A lot of people buy it.
It looks beautiful and the color is quite stunning as well. And I'm looking at this.
Yes.
What exactly is this?
Oh, this is actually it's a towel and soaked in cement, and you dry it on a post upside down, and then it is painted.
What?
Yes. Actually, if you go around, a lot of ladies do it now for homework.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's actually that's a towel.
Wow.
And I use a lot of recycled things that people throw away, and those are fans, you know, the cover for the electric fans.
Yeah.
That you throw away. I collect them and I put. Those are actually pineapple plants, and they grow well in the sun. You know, the hot Nandi sun. Actually, people use that for ground cover. That pineapple plant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they don't bear pineapples, so that's just the miniature ones.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes. It has helped me also during this time, challenging times. People ask me every day if I'm not working. I say, no, I'm still working because I still work in the garden. I take my plants to the markets. From Monday to Saturday, we set up and we have tables there. And if I take down 30 plants, I can always sell, say, 20 plants, and that's it helps in the family budget.
Coming up next, Mabel gives us a tour of her garden and shares some tips on how to maximize the use of small spaces. Welcome back to Green Pillars. Today we're in Matavali Nandi to visit the home garden of Mabel, an alumni of the Bula Agro Tell a Woman program. Mabel, an airline purser for 31 years, recently lost her job amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. And while that may have deterred some people, Mabel actually found her true calling nowhere near 40,000 feet above the sea level as she was used to, rather right here on the ground and in her very own front yard. Using her knowledge from the workshop combined with her experience from traveling to multiple countries around the world, it's no surprise that Mabel's garden is filled with quirky, thrifty ideas that definitely comes in handy for her Vot City flea market stall. And if you're wondering why her surname sounds so familiar, you may remember her daughter Charlene Tafanai, our very own representative for Miss World Fiji 2014, an aircraft engineer who, along with 3 other family members, including Mum Mabel, was also recently laid off and now, alongside her mother and younger sister, sells crafts and jewelry of her own at the Vot City Flea Market. If you're ever around the area, pop in to pay Mabel and Charlene's stall a visit. We guarantee you won't be disappointed. But for now, back to the garden tour.
We've got some veggies here.
Yeah.
It's a round cabbage. And there's also Chinese cabbage.
And these you're selling as well?
Actually, this is for our home, for us to eat. My children and my husband also help in the garden.
Yeah.
So they've planted bele and there's lemongrass.
Oh wow.
It's
That'd be
lemongrass.
perfect for some afternoon tea.
And there's actually just throw the seeds, the popo seeds, and they just grow lemon. And there's some banyan plants in the pot.
Oh, and I see
Yes.
that they're actually
Yes, they're bearing.
growing. There we go, bearing.
Yes. And that's also okra.
Okay, this is just, I have never seen bindi on a tree.
Yes, that's
On like, I mean, growing
and
on the actual
in
plant.
a pot.
And in a pot. Wow, there's a whole
Yes, there's
another
a
area here.
small garden there where I use it for potting all my plants. These are like orchids that I put on balambala and that same beard.
The old man's beard.
Yes, old man's beard. It grows in there too. And I've just mixed up everything. And I use
Mix and match.
milk packets, the life packet there.
Right.
It's growing, and foil that people throw away.
So you are making use of like,
Yes. Just make cut 4 holes here on the side
Yeah.
for water to drain.
Right.
And you pack the soil, and then things will grow in there.
have you put anything in there right
Yes,
now?
yes.
Any seeds?
I've got some seeds in here, but some of the plants that I have are growing. It's already growing.
That's nice. That's such an ingenious way to use a milk carton. That,
Yes.
people just throw away without thinking
They
twice.
throw it away, and you can always reuse.
What is that?
Actually,
We gotta go back and see this.
A bicycle wheel that was in the trash. In the
Yeah.
rubbish, and my granddaughter's old boot that she couldn't fit in anymore. And her dolls.
Do you find that some of your inspiration has come from your experience working with the airlines and traveling the world?
Yes, I do. When I go overseas and I go to a shopping mall, first place I visit is the garden center. It has a lot of ideas and things that I can take from there and come and use it here.
Yeah.
And it just really helped me. I've just gotten into orchid
Wow.
planting. They
Wait.
haven't flowered yet, but
Yeah.
actually they grow only in these rocks. They don't grow. Orchids don't grow in soil. They only grow
In rock.
yes.
How is that even possible?
Because it's a similar plant to the same family as that air plant.
Right.
So orchids are air plants. They don't need soil to grow.
Right. So just a bit of water and
Yes.
they're good?
Yeah. All this, the Coke bottle that we've used. And these are actually curry leaves I'm growing in here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sell at the market. People keep asking me for new plants every time I go. And this is lemon. It's already growing. Actually now during this time people looking for fruiting plants and things to plant in their garden, home gardens.
Of course.
These ones are egg cartons.
Yes.
The egg cartons
These
I've
ones.
grown.
Wow.
And these are aluminum foils that the ladies throw in the market from their pies. And you recognize this?
Oh yes, I was eating that earlier today. Actually.
Okay, I planted the sage in there.
Wow. And I see even like the pots that are broken, you managed to
I keep
utilize.
it, and that's an ice cream container. They're good for lace funds because the lace funds, they like a lot of water.
Yeah, right.
So it's the depth of it keeps the soil moist and this water inside.
Yeah.
And I also use pipes. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
This is a pipe with this
Wow.
plant growing, and it grows well in there because of the roots goes deep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I keep also the tire covers or what you call it. Actually, I normally spray paint it and for my garden to look at least a bit bright.
It does. It's so rustic, and I love it. The feeling is.
And these are coffee cups.
Yeah.
Yeah, coffee cups. Also, these are good because it's biodegradable. You know, it's good for the plants.
And you were saying that these are things that people throw away at the market.
At the market, and I pick it up and this is actually this is a light. You know, there's what you call those things, a searchlight or whatever. That's a cover.
Oh, right. Oh man, I love this as well. Look at this little bottle.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
And actually, this is one of the. I tried it out. I saw it in the online.
Yeah.
The tomato that you grow upside down, and it's fruity, so it works. It's just a small fruit, and it's growing. Actually, it's growing upside down. The tomato plant, I had to put the roots up and the plant down, and my husband was like, "No, it won't grow." I said, "Just leave it, but see the fruits coming out." I'd just like to encourage everyone who's not employed right now to make use of everything in your home that people throw out every day. You go to the shop and you buy milk and butter. You could always use that packet of milk and reuse it, that butter packet. And to plant your plants and make things that could sell and at the market. There's always money around, but you have to take that first step and see what you can do with your talents.
If that didn't already inspire you, we have another story similar to Mabel's coming up. Dealt with the same adversity, up next we're meeting another backyard garden queen, Jacqueline Ferguson, and her daughter Jemima, all the way out in Sambeto. Stay tuned. With an incredible panoramic view of the famous sleeping giant, our next stop is in Sambeto to visit the Tuwawa Greens Farm. Inspired by the traditional folk tale of our giant ancestors who would go into battle with other tribes by rolling down massive boulders from the top of the mountain to defeat their enemies who were at the bottom, came the name for the farm, Tuwawa Greens. Transitioning from the hectic city life to her quiet natural surroundings, former Fiji Airways flight attendant Jacqueline Ferguson, along with her husband and children, quickly made lemonade out of the lemons she had been dealt. Employed as a flight attendant for the past 26 years, Jacqueline was amongst the approximately 800 Fiji Airways staff that were laid off due to the harsh effects of COVID-19 on our tourism industry. Fortunately for Jacqueline, she welcomed the change with open arms, having always wanting to try a change of scenery and maximize their farming capabilities alongside her husband and children. We were introduced to Jacqueline and Jemima through the Bula Agro Tell a Woman program and learned about their inspiring efforts to share their knowledge with other ladies from the Sambeto community.
That was May 29th with Sant Kumar, and they called us, and that was the same week that I lost my job, and I was trying to figure out, okay, what are we going to do next? When we got the phone call that there was a workshop available and it was about farming, we said, okay, this is a good opportunity to go and learn something about farming, because I had no idea anything. I'm the type of I'm very new to farming. All I knew was watering plants and weeding the garden. That was sort of like basic farming skills that I had. So when I was invited by Pifon, La Kometatoy and Angela to attend the workshop with Sant Kumar, I thought it as an opportunity to be able to learn more about farming. So we went to his farm and we learned about the different potting medias that day. And after that, a week later, we learned about recycling and how we can use everything around us, from milk cartons, egg trays, and how useful that can be in the garden as well to recycle items.
Jacqueline's daughter Jemima, a university student, also attended the workshop and could not have been happier to have done so.
I had always liked planting, but it was more of hopefully it grows. If something grows, then it grows. But with what we learned from Sant, from the program, the workshop, it all just made more sense and made me think about it more, and it was more sure. And so now, before when we would have a tray of seedlings, maybe half of it would grow and we'd just be okay with that. But with what we learned from the workshop, we now have seen that all of it not just grows, but we'll be able to harvest from it. And I really enjoyed being able to pick tomatoes and then eat it for breakfast. I really liked that part of it, and made me want to do more of that, just eating fresh vegetables and fruits if possible.
The mother and daughter duo reiterated the same message as the other participants we had spoken to previously. The Tell a Woman program was an eye-opener, and the training from Mr. Sant changed the way they gardened forever.
Yeah, we've been able to use it a lot in our gardening, especially the different types of soil. Not just with soil, but he taught us as well about fertilizers and using manure and composting. So we've used that in our home by using leftover eggshells, spreading that on the garden, and having our own compost now. We do a lot more of that, making use of the old food scraps and also old rubbish that we would have just thrown away. He's taught us how to use that, like with the cutting in half a milk carton, egg trays as well, and even the toilet paper rolls. And now we look at everything differently, and we've started using it and having less rubbish.
What I learned from his workshop was not to water too late in the evening, something about bacteria forming. He explained all that, and I said, okay, that was something new for me, because I'm always coming out 6 o'clock. If I'm late, I'm watering. He said, try not to water plants too late in the evening. You got to water it earlier on, like between 4 or 5, depending on if the sun's too hot, then 5 o'clock was good enough. So I said, okay, that's something new that I learned for me, because that's my bit at home, is watering the plants. So. The easy bit.
Let's go meet another one of Jacqueline's daughters. 12-year-old Rosanna definitely looks up to her big sister Jemima when it comes to her gardening hacks, like how to ripen tomatoes faster.
She planted all these ones, even those ones. So like when it's yellow, like about this color, she puts it in a dark place so it can like ripen faster. So like that's her trick to make it. So like we have some there now, a jar right now. We also had some yesterday. It was nice.
And tell me about what you planted.
I planted the cabbage. We have already harvested it, and the bindi. That's one of the easiest things to plant.
Rosanna is quite the farmer herself, picking fresh veggies from the garden and even feeding the chickens every day. And maybe the chickens sensed that Rosanna had dreams of becoming a veterinarian one day, which allowed them to have a bond like this.
Oh. So camera didn't.
And, well, I also tried my luck, but the smart chickens knew not to talk to a stranger.
My, and they're like, I'm not sure, it's a new voice. My. Hello. Rick.
Despite being dealt a heavy hand during this pandemic, Jacqueline did not give up and saw the light at the end of the tunnel.
There's an opportunity everywhere you look. There's opportunity out in your gardens, in your homes. Well, look around you. Make use of everything that you have in your home. And if you know that it'll benefit you and your family, go ahead and do it. If you have workshops that come, you're given the opportunity to learn, like Jemima has shared, go and learn as much as you can, because that's all that we are here for, is to learn as much as we can. You don't have to get a degree or you don't have to have a degree to go out and learn new things. You just have to have the right attitude, I suppose. That's what my advice to young people is have the right attitude and be positive. Nothing is, if you have the right attitude and a positive mind, anything can be possible. You will be able to turn something that's bad into a bad situation into a good situation. And so for us, we've been able to turn losing a job, for example, to now having more knowledge about farming. I've been able to meet my community, ladies in my community, something that I've put on the back burner for so long. I now know 12 women whom I never knew. I would always pass on the road and wave. But now they've become close friends, and I've been able to share the knowledge that I got from agro marketing with them. And I'm glad for that opportunity. So I'd like to encourage all young people or old people or young children, be positive, to always be positive no matter what your situation.
Time has unfortunately caught up to us yet again, but let's continue with Jacqueline's journey next week. Lena is one of a number of ladies from the Sambeto community who have also shown an interest in learning more about the Tell a Woman program. Jacqueline and Jemima have put up their hand to help the women of Sambeto learn more by hosting a cluster group workshop at their residence. We're also making our way to Nature's Way Cooperative for a tour of the facility and learn about what they actually do. All that and more next week on Green Pillars. We'll see you then.